10 ultra-rare muscle cars, so rare even collectors have never seen one. Number 10. 1969 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am. We're starting with a legend almost nobody saw coming. The 1969 Trans Am was the very first year of a nameplate that would define American muscle culture for decades. But in 1969, it was practically a secret. Every single one came in one color, white with bold blue racing stripes. No exceptions. Pontiac tuned the suspension, added aerodynamic body pieces, and dialed in handling that made it sharper than anything else wearing a Firebird badge. Less than 700 were ever built, making an original today nothing short of remarkable. This was the car that started it all, and almost nobody knew it. Number 9. 1970 Buick GSX Stage 1. Buick. You didn't expect to hear that name on a list like this. And that's exactly what makes the GSX Stage 1 so special. In 1970, Buick dropped one of the most underrated muscle cars of the era, and the world barely noticed. Under the hood sat a 455 cubic inch V8. Not the biggest number on this list, but an absolute torque monster. The kind of engine that feels like it's pulling the road towards you. Available in Saturn Yellow or Apollo White, it was loud, mean, and completely unexpected from a brand known for quiet luxury. Only 678 were built. It humiliated plenty of cars that should have known better. Don't sleep on Buick. Number 8. 1969 Dodge Charger Daytona. Nobody was ready for what Dodge showed up with in 1969. The Charger Daytona looked like something from a science fiction movie. A massive pointed nose cone, a towering rear wing, aggressive aerodynamic bodywork unlike anything at any dealership before it. And it wasn't just for show. The Daytona became the first stock car in history to break 200 miles per hour in NASCAR competition. Every radical design choice was backed by real engineering with real results. Production stayed limited because, honestly, not everyone was ready for something this extreme in their driveway. Today, original Daytonas are among the most prized Mopars on the planet, and rightfully so. Number 7. 1970 Oldsmobile 442 W30. The 442 already had a reputation as one of the more sophisticated muscle cars of its era, but the W30 package took it further. Oldsmobile fitted it with an aluminum intake manifold, a more aggressive camshaft, and revised cylinder heads that let the 455 V8 breathe harder and pull stronger. Only 262 cars got this configuration in 1970. What sets the W30 apart is that it never needed outrageous graphics to prove its point. Fast, refined, completely serious. A muscle car that earned respect quietly and kept it permanently. Number 6. 1965 Shelby GT 350 R model. Carroll Shelby had a gift for pushing cars somewhere manufacturers wouldn't dare go. In 1965, he stripped a Mustang Fastback to its fighting weight and created the GT 350 R model, a purpose-built competition machine sold to racers, not tourists. Backseat, interior trim, sound deadening, all gone. The car was lightened, lowered, fitted with a tuned V8, upgraded brakes, and competition suspension. It dominated SCCA B production racing in 1965. Shelby was building actual race cars with license plates. Only 36 were ever produced. If you see one outside a museum, stop and take a very long look. Number 5. 1964 Ford Fairlane Thunderbolt. This is where things get serious. The Thunderbolt had one mission: destroy everything it lined up against on a drag strip. Ford took the mid-size Fairlane body, stuffed a monstrous 427 high-riser V8 under the hood, then stripped the car to nothing. Fiberglass panels replaced steel. The interior was gutted. Sound deadening, gone. Anything that didn't help the quarter mile was eliminated without hesitation. Ford built exactly 100 units. Just enough to meet NHRA homologation rules. This was a factory-built drag racer with a VIN number. Raw, loud, and utterly uncompromising. One of the purest, purpose-built drag machines in American history. Number 4. 1969 Chevrolet Camaro ZL1. Only 69 were ever built. Let that number sink in. The ZL1 was borderline mythical even when it was new, because the price nearly doubled the cost of an already expensive Camaro, pushing it into Corvette territory. What justified that price? An all-aluminum 427 cubic inch V8 pulled straight from Chevrolet's racing program. Lightweight, brutally powerful, and developed with competition in mind from day one. Most dealerships never had one. Most buyers had no idea it existed. You had to know what you were ordering and be willing to pay for it. The ZL1 remains the undisputed unicorn of the first-generation Camaro. Number 3. 1967 Chevrolet Corvette L88. 20 cars, that's all. Chevrolet built just 20 L88 Corvettes in 1967 and actively tried to talk buyers out of purchasing one. No heater, no radio, minimal insulation. The 427 V8 demanded high-octane racing fuel just to function properly. Chevy officially rated it at 430 horsepower, a number everyone at the time knew was laughably conservative. The L88 was designed for Le Mans, for Daytona, for serious endurance racing at the highest level. The fact that it wore Corvette badges and had a license plate was almost secondary. With only 20 built, the 1967 L88 sits at the very top of the Corvette collector hierarchy. It isn't just a Corvette, it's a race car from a different era entirely. Number 2. 1970 Plymouth Hemi Cuda convertible. 14. That is not a typo. In 1970, Plymouth built exactly 14 Hemi Cuda convertibles. Start with the 426 Hemi, already one of the most powerful, most feared V8 engines ever put into a production American car. Now drop that engine into the most desirable Cuda body style, the open-top convertible, and you have something that transcends the word rare. Most convertibles of the era were built for relaxed cruising. This one was violent, loud, and absolutely serious about performance. Top, up, or down. These cars sell for jaw-dropping sums at auction because there are simply no others like them. 14 cars. One of the most coveted Mopars ever built. Number 1. 1970 Ford Torino King Cobra. 3 cars. That's the entire production run of the 1970 Ford Torino King Cobra. Ford built it with one mission: defeat the Dodge Daytona and Plymouth Superbird on the NASCAR superspeedways. The nose was dramatically sloped, aerodynamically aggressive, engineered for speeds most people only read about. Ford was fully committed, and then the project was canceled. New NASCAR rules changed everything, and before the King Cobra could ever race, the plug was pulled. Only 3 prototypes survived. They never raced. They never got their moment. And because of that, they carry something no other car on this list does: the weight of what might have been. The 1970 Ford Torino King Cobra isn't just rare, it's a ghost, and it takes the number 1 spot without question. Hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment. Which one would you want to find in an old barn? See you in the next one.